This is Mind War, a military intelligence manual on social engineering that serves as the blueprint for the many staged crises and controlled opposition movements dominating the headlines today. Let us start with the men behind the manual. First, Michael A. Aquino, then a major in military intelligence specializing in PSYOPs. Aquino, who was later promoted to lieutenant colonel, had also been a high priest in the Church of Satan before leaving to start his own Temple of Set. Aquino bridges the gap between military intelligence and the satanic elite associated with Epstein. His co-author was Colonel Paul E. Vallely, commander of the 7th PSYOP Group. Vallely had been trained at Fort Bragg, the epicenter of PSYOP training. Vallely is currently connected to several major political movements. In Mind War, these men operationalize the Hegelian dialectic in a system where crises are staged and amplified through the media. Then, the public reaction is directed through tightly controlled narratives in order to lead society into accepting their predetermined solution. Today, events are staged and amplified on social media through influencer assets on both the left and the right, allowing firms like Palantir to analyze the data and predict how society will respond to the next staged event. The goal is to polarize communities, then play both sides against each other, keeping either side from noticing that every solution provided for either side is being synthesized into a control matrix. Enter the Q movement, or QAnon. Launched in 2017, Q drops cryptic intel about a secret war against a satanic deep state. Patriots are winning, and victory is imminent. Vallely is tied directly to this movement. He's promoted Q narratives on podcasts, which also links him to another Fort Bragg intelligence alumni, General Michael Flynn. The Q movement divides. It unites some under false hope while alienating others as sheep, fracturing any potential resistance. No real change, just endless trust the plan, keeping people passive as power consolidates. Curiously, Vallely also sits on the advisory board of Turning Point USA. Turning Point USA, founded by Charlie Kirk in 2012, targets youth with common-sense conservative activism. On the surface, it seems innocent, a wholesome traditional Christian organization, but Vallely's presence on the advisory board indicates military intelligence infiltration. The unfortunate event at Utah Valley University fits the Mind War playbook to a T by severely polarizing the nation. With liberals heartlessly celebrating and conservatives in outrage, it has served to stoke the fires to the point of a near civil war. More importantly, the tragedy has resulted in calls for AI to monitor social media with predictive behavioral analysis, scanning posts for indications of extremism, a vague term that can later be weaponized to silence dissent. Even the recent event in Minneapolis concerning the ICE involved fatality of a radicalized protester also smacks of Mind War's polarization techniques. The result has been justification for increased police powers and the militarization of federal law enforcement given full immunity for their actions. There is no deep state. There is only the state. Both wings belong to the same eagle waging a mind war against you. Search Burn the Corporate Fiction on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and X.